All right, a little bit more showing some coincidences between videos I've released and videos that Zay has released. Here's one. Since I already have his lined up, I'll play his first, although this one came after. So this one was made, he released this one December 7th, 2022. That's roughly a couple months after I released one calling them cowards, but let's watch the
end of a very impassioned speech. You know, like, so if you want to call me a chicken, that's fine, you call me a chicken. But I'll tell you right now, every goddamn one of us is a chicken.
Yeah, okay, so now remember, first of all, remember the Abrasics image, the Gnostic symbol for the Abrasics. Its head is that I believe that his rubber duck logo represents. And I believe that his little cult worships the Abrasics because it's aligned with the setting sun, particularly the setting sun over water. And I've found a lot of connections, a lot of things to suggest that he's connected with the OTO. For example, did you know that it was either his grandfather's great-grandfather's listed as having been a Shriner? All those orders are all interconnected. The OTO, the Ordo Templi Orientis, started off as a Freemasonry lodge and was taken over by Aleister Crowley and made more Ptolemaic. And the OTO, they have a lot of their meetings in Freemasonry lodges. Okay, so that's how connected they are. So he's like, if you want to call me a chicken, you call me a chicken. Every goddamn one of us is a chicken. No, you're a chicken. You're a big fat freaking coward. And you know what? There's different levels of being a coward. Like, I was afraid when I was working with horses and being a horse guide down in North Carolina, I was afraid of getting someone else killed. You're afraid of getting caught for hurting others. I was afraid of getting others hurt. You're afraid of getting caught for hurting others. So there's a big difference in cowardice, loser. So again, he released this December 7th, 2022. And he's going, don't call me a chicken. He's being a big baby. And the video that I released, one of the videos I released before this, in fact, I think in at least a couple of videos, I was calling them cowards, particularly him. So this is his, what is this one? This is his True Facts Animal Awards one, that video, the one with like this penguin on the front, some crazy teeth there. And then let's go to, can you see all the videos that you guys are blocked from seeing? I do put a lot of videos up here. I use this as like an archive. So I don't even have actually all my videos on here, but for a lot of videos, just in case they go missing from especially that they document my research. So I don't forget anything. You know, if in case I can't find them on my devices, somehow they go missing from my devices, I can just pull them down off my YouTube. So right here, 6 months ago, on September 29th, 2022, so a couple months before Zay released that one.
I got thrown by a fucking horse today.
There we go. A couple months before Zay released his little animal awards video with the little chicken act at the end. Yeah, so remember their what was I saying about the Abrasics? The Abrasics has a rooster head. Chicken rooster head. The Abrasic symbol, the Gnostic symbol, that I think is very much worshipped by these people. And they're called, the OTO is called, they're called the sunset worshipers or the sunset people. And again, it seems that they like to worship the sun setting over water, because it represents the same thing as the Abrasax. Remember, it has a rooster for a head, and it has snakes for legs, 2 snakes for legs. So the rooster is like the sun, the snakes are the water. So the bringing together of 2 opposites. That's the magician. That is is like Yaldabaoth. That is what they believe is the creator of the material world, the fallen sun, who brings together 2 opposites to make the material world. And they seem to worship this creature because I guess they want goodies. I guess they think it's going to give them goodies. And I do think that this manifests itself sexually for them, and bringing together extreme opposites, like a creepy, disgusting old man and a young girl, let's say. So, yeah. So I released this one September 29th, and right there in the title it says, "The Western cult at their core is cowardice." So I get into this video. I'm not going to play it. You can go find it for yourself. I get into talking about how they're cowards, basically. And then, of course, then he released this beginning of December. Let's see how many I released in the meantime. Oh, gosh. Exit. Go away. Your videos. Because I released a bunch around this time. Six months ago, 5 months ago. When did I release this one? I want to say after he released that last one.
Oh.
I don't know, October 21st.
I turned it on by accident. But I'm gonna make this quick. I know
Typography and chromosomes
video
and how the
in a
Bible kind of
while,
backwards. There we
singing it out for
go. So I released this one, and then I released... This one's not really about the Western cult that so this is not much to do with him, although I think I do mention them a little bit in there. This one's more to do with the Western cult, typography and chromosomes. This one, when did I release this one? Just trying to gauge, like, how many videos did I release between November 30th. Me talking about how this is not a game, and how there's real suffering down here. So I released a few between, before he released his next one, the one with the penguin on the front. So there was quite a few things for him to address or make reference to. Let's see this one. December 1st. This one was almost, this was shortly leading to him releasing the Animal Awards one. I should go back and watch some of these videos that I released. But that's just one. So there's another connection. There are a bunch, though, guys. And it's just a matter of me. I have so much I'm juggling. And I keep meaning to sit down and just, like, write a list so I remember all of them. All of the connections, all of the references he seems to be making to things that I say. You guys could go in there and do it yourselves. You could pay close attention to my videos and then pay close attention to the videos that he releases shortly after I release my videos and see what kind of connections you can see for yourself. Remember, artists, people who create content don't typically create content, particularly not content like this, not like his, not like mine, without thinking it through quite a bit. I do tend to, even though I've thought it through quite a bit, I do tend to wing it when I'm making the videos. Just because I really wish if I had the millions of dollars Zay Frank has, I could sit down in a house that I own, with, and not have to worry about my cats, and not have to worry about juggling a job, and not have to worry about dealing with my mom, who is just a nightmare. And I could just focus all of my energies and attentions onto these videos and getting them caught. But I don't have the luxuries that Zay Frank has because he's a big sellout. All right? So, sorry I'm not a big sellout. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. This should be a lot easier if I had his money, which I'm fairly certain he got unfairly. I see too much suggesting that his little friend, who started BuzzFeed, what's his name? Oh, who cares at this point? My brain, it just woke up. You look it up, Peretti or whatever. Who started BuzzFeed, who appointed Zay Frank the president of BuzzFeed. He's like, I see too much to suggest that he and his sister are in the same little cult. And his sister's husband, the dude who directed that movie Get Out, that should tell you something. If you haven't seen that movie, go watch it. And I do think that he got his big break in terms of getting recognized as having a big viral video. Because, again, likely his little cult spread it around. So he's getting unfair advantages because he's a cheater. And again, I also have seen things to suggest that, like, Chris Thompson, who I also think is in this cult, who's a member of Vampire Weekend, that Vampire Weekend gets a leg up from other people in this cult, because I've seen music critics write rave review articles about Vampire Weekend, the band Vampire Weekend, and you can see in the little things that they're referencing in those articles that they are all, because they're referencing certain things that are to do with this belief system, with the cult. Sort of like, again, putting it out there, letting people know, like, oh yeah, I'm in the cult and I'm gonna give you a leg up, because they do, it seems, take little oaths and promises, make little promises to help each other out, which is disgusting. Because that's one of the reasons why I never joined one of these groups. Because you're joining a group, let's say, like, you're joining Freemasons. There's 6 million of them on the books worldwide. Now you're making a promise that you're going to give a leg up and help out the other members of your little club, your little 6 million person club. You can't account for the decency or integrity of all those people. You really can't. And statistically, there's going to be some sociopaths and psychopaths in there. But now you're making a promise to help them out. Gross. Like, how could you do something like that? How can anybody with a conscience do something like that? Or anybody who with any kind of intelligence? Like, I guess they probably weren't thinking it through too much. Oh, I have to promise to help out millions of other people in this little club, and I can't account for, their state of mind, their integrity, if they're good people, if they're raping children or not. I can't account for that. I can't account even if they have talent. By the way, Vampire Weekend sucks. Their music sucks. It's just total suckage. I have been to shows of, local bands circulating throughout Trenton, Philly area that are way better. They have way better music, way better songs, and they're just not getting their big break. And why? Probably because none of the members joined up with this stupid fucking club. And they deserve the big break more. They deserve the record label more. They have better music than Vampire Weekend. Yours is coming, Chris. I'm going to eventually get around to you. You suck balls, man. Anyway, so I'm going to make this one a short one and end this one here and just show you guys this one connection at least. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to try to make another list. It involves me having to also go back through and not just watch my videos, which it might surprise you. I don't like necessarily looking at my own face and listening to my own voice for too much. But I really don't want to have to freaking listen to Ze Frank any more than I have to. So, and remember, he is, especially if for no other reason than where was I? Right here. He majored in neuro-linguistic programming, guys, at Brown University. He majored in it. He has a degree in it. So you don't know what kind of stuff he's trying to download into your brain with clever wording. You should be careful about that. Fans of Ze Frank, you should be very careful about that. You don't know what he's trying to suggest to you and lock up into your brain with very clever wording. He has a degree in it. He studied it in school. Neuro-linguistic programming. Look it up. It's right there, literally in the words, in the title, neuro-linguistic programming. To program your neurons, your brain with lingo, with mind, with linguistics, with words. How to program the brain with words. So, if I were you, I'd be very careful about the videos you consume that were made by Ze Frank. Anyway. So that's just one connection I made. I was recently leading up to this video that he put out in December.
I failed all of my classes in high school and ended up dropping out.
Oh, be quiet. There we go.
This episode sponsored by Hunter Killer.
So, yeah, December 7th, 2022. Leading up to this video he put out, I had put out a video, at least one major video talking about how they were cowards. And I believe this video also has here we go. Yeah, where he shows a lot of cats. Here we go. Yowling at each other. I think that this is probably also him making fun of me.
But when it talks, it sounds a bit like a mouse trying to rev a tiny lawnmower.
The cheetah with the black spots on the white, that's very
the lynx,
significant,
certainly
by the
a
way.
majestic animal.
And a bobcat.
But during mating season, they sound like
And he
two
shows
drunk
Meerkat
fraternity brothers
in another
badly
video.
dubbing a
Lots of
samurai
cats,
movie.
cats. There we go, see?
But the winner is the koala.
And again, for those of you who don't know, my nickname is Cat. Anyway. Oh no. An ambulance is here. Somebody called an ambulance for somebody. All right, I'm going to go check that out and see if someone's all right. My neighbor's all right. All right, I'm going to go. But here's another video just documenting that Ze Frank is a creep. Goodbye.